Hey there, folks. Welcome to day 184 of my year of solo board gaming, considered by many to be ill-advised and stupid. And we're doing some print and plays that I found on P&P Arcade, and all of these are, most of these are free. I'll let you know if I do any that cost money. But this is the free Tempus Quest episode. This is episode 0. Now, Tempest Quest is a series of Buttonshy games by Chris Anderson that all use basically the same mechanic. There's a base mechanic as part of this, and they involve the quest, the crew of the Tempest Quest, or whatever their ship is called. There's a story here, but that I can't quite be bothered to really know. But they all have basically the same mechanic, and that is that you use, instead of dice, you'll use date and time to progress through the game and set up the game. And we're going to go ahead and get started here because every second I waste changes the game, and you'll see why in a moment. So I'm going to start off with the day. Today is, I'm recording this on June 27th, but this is going out July 3rd. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with 27. It's today's date. It's how the game's supposed to be played. So we're going to put it right in 27 for the day. Right in here as well. The hour is currently 8. Now, you use military time, so for 8 o'clock at night, I would use 20, but right now I'm going to use 8. I'll write that in here as well. And then finally, for the minutes, it is currently 22 minutes, which is a great time to play this game, and you'll see why shortly. All right, so now we filled in these. So what does that mean? Well, each of these has a set of symbols right below it. For example, the squiggly mark, there's triangles, the squares. And what you'll do is, starting with the columns first, then the rows, you will take a look at the number here, and you will go down that many number of spaces. So if it's a 2, you're going to go down here. If it's a 0, you'll go all the way down to the bottom. But then you'll write in this symbol here to give yourself some squares. You'll do this here again for 7. You'll do this for 0. Again, this is going to go down to 10. This is going to be a fuel leak. Doesn't really matter how nice you make it. This is going to be triangles, triangles, triangles. Doon, 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 doon. Triangles here. Triangles here at 7. Lots of triangles. 0 is going to be another squiggly. 8 is going to be a series of squares. 2 are going to be a series of squares, as is down here. All right. So now we've completed the setup of the game. Everything is now filled in. You could use a different color ink other than black because that actually would make it a little bit easier to read. You might use, for example, red or pink or so on. We're actually going to do, now that we've got the setup complete, I think I'm going to switch over to a different marker. Let's see if this one will work. Nope. Got a bunch of markers that are just really not good for writing. Surprisingly not good for writing. That's not great. Yes, I should have done this before I started the video. My apologies. All right, and this is probably good. All right, we'll use no. Oh, this one. How about this one? Oh, there we go. That's good. There we go. We'll use this green to make this greener. Green for now. Okay. So now how does this work? So basically, these are little turn tracks, and you're going to go through and you're going to mark them off. And then at the end of every turn, you'll mark one of these off. And you'll do actions based on the numbers that are here. So for example, this 2 allows me to connect somewhere in the grid. This 7 allows me to build something. This 0 will allow me to install something. And if I had any 3s or 4s, that would cause the fuel leaks that are represented by the squiggles to spread. So this and this would then start to spread. The idea of this game is that we are trying to connect components together so that we can build these different parts over here. And then install them in the ship down here so we can take off. We have to install 6 parts total. There are some batteries that are around here. We have to connect those as well. And there are some guards. And you'll notice that some of the squares are bolded. So if we use anything that's in any of these spaces, for example, these, and there's a fair amount of stuff in there, then we will set off the guard alarm, and that will actually increase the number of alarms that are going on. we can switch whichever action we don't want to use. So if we're on this and we want to instead connect, we would then raise some suspicion and we'd go up 2 more on the alarm. And every time we complete a round, we will go up 1 more on the alarm. And we are trying to do all this before we run out of time here. Now, one thing I will say, having tried this a couple times, is that they give you little areas here to mark off your turn for each one of these. It is incredibly impractical to do that. It is too small and it's very easy to forget where you were. So instead, we're just going to manually talk about what we're doing row by row, or column by column, and then we'll cross this off when we get to it. And we'll use this as our tracker. Once this is full, then we are done. But let's go ahead and get started here, and let's see. So 2 is always a great place to start, and you'll notice that since this is the date, it's either going to be 0, 1, or 2. 0 kind of sucks, so there's a number, or 3 actually, it could also be 3. But 1 and 2 is great. They're going to be 10, like a good 20 days out of the month that you're going to start with connections as your first action, and we're definitely going to start with that. We're going to connect this to this. That is going to be our first item. And again, instead of crossing each one of these off, we're just going to cross these off at the end when we get to it. Next up is 7, and that our action here is build, but we can't build anything yet. We don't have anything to build. So what we're going to do is we're instead going to raise the alarm a little bit. We're going to raise it by 2, and we're going to do another connection. 0 is also something we can't do. We don't have any way to install anything. So we're going to go ahead and raise this up by 2 and instead do another connection. We're over on 8. Now we're going to build. Now we actually can build. And so what we're going to do is we're going to build some of these little marks here, some of these little things. And I'm going to go ahead and build this. That's going to cost us 1 triangle and 2 squares. We now go to 2 and then 2, and that's going to give us 2 more connections, so I'm going to take full advantage of that and just draw this, like so. And we're going to go ahead and mark off one turn. So now we have a full turn, so we're doing okay. We could be doing better, but we're doing pretty good. I think we're doing okay. The total number of, it gives you the total amount of parts you need for each build. So overall, you're going to need 6 squares here, 2 squares here, and 2 squares here, so 10 squares. You're going to need 3 triangles plus 4 more triangles plus 2 triangles, so 9 triangles. You're going to need 2 batteries plus 2 batteries, so 4 batteries. Like, that's how many you need overall. So you want to make sure that you are connecting in a way that allows you to actually use those parts. Now, you don't have to make sure that everything connects in one network. If I wanted to, I could actually start also connecting down here so that I could get some of this stuff up in here. The difficulty is that if I use anything in this, or this, it's going to set off some alarms. But I might have to. I don't think I have any other way around it. Mostly because the other squares that I want to use, I have a total of 6 spaces with squares, I think. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 spaces with squares, and 2 of them are here. And then 2 of them are sort of like blocked off in a way that I can't really access. So, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to start off with another connection. This time, I think what we're going to do is connect here. We're going to go with another build, and in this time, I'm going to do one of these symbols. That's going to use up this, 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 and this. We're going to go over to 0. We still can't do any installation yet, so we're going to raise the alarm a little bit and do another connection. If I make all of these connect, then I've got 12 triangles covered for. I don't have to worry about any other triangles. I go on to 8, and I can do another build, except I don't have enough to really build with. I don't have enough triangles, and I have triangles, but I need 1 more square. So I am again going to raise the alarm to do some more connecting. I think this is going to seem counterintuitive. I'm going to go this way. Yeah. Then we go to 2 more connections, and going to go down here. 1, 2. All right, so that is the end of our next turn. So now we can do another connection. I can't build. I don't have enough parts for that, so I will raise the alarm 2 more times and do another connection. And now, because the connection actually touches this plus here, I can actually do an installation on this 0. So I'm going to install the first of my 2 parts. And then fill this in. I now go over here to build. Now this is now 1 line, and so now I can build with it. The thing I'm going to build is going to be another thingy like this. That's going to use up 2 more triangles. I'll use these ones over here first, then this one, then this battery, then this. Now I'm out of squares. So if I want to do any more building, I got to pick up some of these squares down here. Plus, I still need 2 more batteries. So which 2 batteries do I want? I think what I want are these ones down here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a line here for 2. And I'm going to do a line here. And this may seem very weird, but that's going to take us to the end of this turn. We're going to do another line here, raise the alarm by 1, or by 2, and then do a line here. We're now in the installation, and now I can do the other thing to install. Now, if I want to do any more installation, I'm going to have to eventually connect to this as well as this over here. But that was my installation. Now I go on to build, but I can't really build anything. So I'm going to raise the alarm 2 more times and continue to move upwards. And then I get 2 more of these lines like that. And that completes another turn. We're going to go up 1 more. We again can't really do anything as far as building goes, so we're going to raise the alarm. We're like crazy here. And now we've got a really nice connection that I think gives us all the parts that we need. So now we can continue to build. And we managed to hook up to 1 down here, so we'll be able to avoid some of the guards. Not all of them, but some of them. And I think where we are is the build area. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know in the chats. But I'm going to go ahead and build, and we're going to build another one of these. That's the 8 right there. So that's going to use up another one of these and 2 of these. All right. Then we're going to move on to 2 and 2, and we're just simply going to run this way. So we get over there. Completes another turn. We're going to use this 2 to here. We're going to build another one of these. This will be the last one of these that we need. So there's those 2. And one of these. And then we'll move on to the installation. And now we can actually install this. And now we go on to the build. And the only thing that we have left to build is this thing right here. This will require both the batteries plus a bunch of triangles and some squares, but this will actually cause us to trigger the alarm in one of those, and I'm just checking to see how much that will actually cause it to go up. Yeah. Okay. So we're on build here on the 8. We're going to have to cross this off twice because we're using 2 parts out of this area. Sometimes what's nice is if you have the fuel leak, you can use the fuel leak to actually take out the towers. And those, which a little 911, sorry, which will actually help with building. But we are going to go ahead and use those. We're going to use these. We don't really need to worry about crossing them off at this point because now we've built everything. We're going to get 2 more connections, which we don't really need, but we'll go ahead and make it look nice. And then that'll complete this turn. And again, we've got 3 more parts to install. So I think what I'm going to do is, just to wrap this up, we'll use a different action, so that'll raise the alarm again 2 more times. Because now we've actually connected to all the doors as well, we can just go ahead and fill the rest of this in. 7, we need to change the action, so that's 2 more. But this 0 is an actual installation, so we don't need to do anything. We can cross that off. And we have built the ship. We have built the Tempus Fugit, and our total score is going to be 10, 20, 25, 27, plus 4 up here, for a total score of 31. And you can probably do better than I can. But that is, and if you want to try, I did this on June 27th, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m., 8:22 a.m. So if you'd like to try that, you know what time to use. I feel like you could probably use Excel to generate a date randomly as well if you want to try this and not have it be the time. And I don't know yet. So this one is free on PNP Arcade. You can go on PNP Arcade, just get it for free. You'll be all set. Download it. It's a very. I mean, this is it. It's this one page of rules, and then there's a page of rules that apply to the overall game. So you'll need big stack of crap over here. Where is? I cannot find the other Tempus page. Here we go. Tempus Quest. There's a base game that gives you all these base rules, and you'll need these, which are also free. But this will just simply explain how to set the game up. Other games have hexagonal grids and other things that you do with the time, but essentially they all pretty much work the same way. Use the time to set it up, and then use the actions given by each column to advance in the game. And like I said, it's a neat mechanic to use the time as a random event. I've played this now 3 times. I've beaten it pretty easily 3 times, but this is also the level 0, so I don't know how much tougher they get. This episode 0 is free. Each subsequent event episode, and there are 7 total, are $3 each on PNP Arcade. If you want to try those out, I don't know if I'm going to try those out. I might try one of them at some point, but for now, I got more free PNP plays. I'm busy. I got stuff. Do all the YouTube things. Click like, click subscribe. Please comment down below and let me know what I could be doing differently to make these a little bit more exciting, such as using my car announcer voice like I'm doing right now. Until tomorrow, I will see you later.